So, meron akong kamit dito na fam. So, story time. So, yun nga, sinundo niya ako dun sa hotel. Tapos, tinanong ko siya, meron ka bang restaurant reservation? Sabi niya, wala. Tapos, sabi ko, ha? And then siya, I'm on my way. Ganun na siya. And then, I was like, why you don't have a table reservation? Sabi niya, ano na lang daw, pag kita na lang daw namin. Tapos, doon na daw mag-decide kung saan kami pupunta. Tapos, I hate that. I don't like it. Tapos, nung nakita na kami, sabi ko, I wanna eat Japanese food. Tapos sabi niya, no, how about seafood? I go, seafood is fine. Tapos sabi niya, okay, let's go. It's like a food court. You want me to bring to the food court, to the, like, a hookah center. And I was like, no, I can bring myself a better restaurant. No, I'm not going. If you wanna go, you go. Ganun. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, no, I'm not gonna go there. You have to impress me. Tinanong ko siya. Tapos ayun, naghanap siya ng ibang restaurant. Tapos ayun, pumunta kami doon. Masarap na pagkain. Tapos ayun, nag-usap-usap kami. Tapos wala. Sabi ko sa kanya na, no, I don't think that I'm gonna see you again. Ganun. Tapos sabi din na,
Alright, y'all. Good back again. Once again, let's lock in. You already know who it is, man. Shout out to the IPA, International Passport Association and affiliates. Not gonna waste time. Let's go ahead and lock in. So, my wife shared this video with me earlier today, and she kind of translated it a little bit. So, if I do get the translation wrong, I'm sure my Filipino people, my Filipino brethren and associates will correct it in the chat. Okay? So, basically, this young lady was meeting a foreigner for the first time. The foreigner was supposed to pick her up at her hotel and they were going to go out to eat together. The young lady asked, did the guy, the foreigner, already have a reservation to the hotel, a reservation to the restaurant or whatever? The guy, the foreigner, says, we'll figure it out when we get together. She was basically saying she don't like to do that. She likes to have a plan. So by the time they got together, they figured out where they were going to eat, and the foreigner decides to take her to some type of food court or a place where, you can buy food. It sounded like she said like a hookah lounge, but maybe I got that translation part wrong. But basically like a food court type of setup destination. In her mind, she was like, no, that ain't it. If you want to go, you can go, but I'm not going with you. Basically saying, if you want to get with me, you have to impress me. They ended up settling on some type of seafood restaurant. They had a conversation, and basically this is her making her story time video saying that she's not going to give the foreigner a second chance. Now, what does that have to do with any fucking thing that the Good Doc has to say to you? I'm going to keep it real with you. This is the truth from my perspective only. It may rub some people the wrong way. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but I personally believe that when it comes to foreigners traveling to the Philippines, we have a standard to uphold. As a foreigner, there is an expectation that you are supposed to be X, Y, and Z. Not saying that you have to live up to said expectation, but there's an expectation that you, the foreigner man, has to be able to do better than the local guy. Now, that doesn't exist in all Filipinas' minds, right? I'm going to tell you the truth. That's not all Filipinas that act like that. I'm not saying that, you got to come to the Philippines and you have to take all your Filipinas to the nicest restaurants and all of that stuff. I'm not saying that. I didn't meet my wife that way, but I'm just saying, though, there seems to be an expectation among some Filipinas that foreigners have to be able to do better than the local guy. And to an extent, I have to agree with that. Right? I do believe that, you coming from a country where you make more money, the expectation for you to be able to do better and for you to be able to do better has to exist. But what I'm not saying is that you have to take these girls to these restaurants. I'm just saying that you as the foreigner man has to be able to do better than the local guy. Because you have that type of money, or I should say your financial situation should put you in a position to be able to do better than the local average guy in said country. Not saying that you have to do all of the shit for the girl, just saying that you should have the funds and the means and all that stuff to be able to do so. Now, I'm under the assumption that he does have the funds and the means to be able to do so. Maybe he was just trying to get to know a young lady, no different than me and some of my other fellow vloggers or, YouTube channels and shit. Will tell you if you want to take a girl on a first date at a coffee shop or something like that is usually a good first date. Right? Because it's cheap, straight to the point. Fuck, I don't mind Jollibee, but you're gonna come across some girls that are gonna look at you sideways like, yo, you gonna take me to Jollibee and you're a foreigner? those are probably not the girls you want to go for, right? I'm saying you should have the funds to be able to do better than the average guy, but I'm not saying that you necessarily on the first date have to do better than the average guy, right? If a girl can't accept the first date for what it is, then she's probably not the girl you're looking to be with anyways. If you're just looking to hook up, man, that's another story for another day. That's not what it is. But I can basically tell you how it was for me and my wife. I think the first the first date that we ever had, official date, was we went to go watch a movie and we ate at KFC. Now, hands down, to the day that we die, me and her both agree that KFC is the best chicken on planet Earth, but only in the Philippines. We've had KFC here. We don't like it very much in the United States, but in the Philippines, we could eat KFC religiously 2-3 days a week. Hands down, right? The fun shots, man, you name it. The original extra crispy spicy shit. Everything on that menu, top to bottom, was just our favorite, right? But that was our first date, right? Dinner and a movie. I think our second date was Miko's Brewery. It was like a cafe. It was in Davao. I don't think it still exists today. It was just around the corner from our college where we went to school at. You know, that was probably like our second date. But we really didn't start getting into like dating and going to nicer restaurants and shit probably until like our third or fourth month actually being together. That's when we started going to, there's a place called Big B's in I think Big B's was probably the first ever restaurant that we went to where it was like official, right? And it's not even expensive. It's like 500 pesos, right? Come here, girl. If you want to be a part of the video, come here. Broke college kid shit. Yeah, that's what we were. She's over there. She's listening to the story. But yeah, that was just being broke college kids. I didn't have the money anyways. But Miko, Big B's. If you've ever been to Davao, I highly recommend it. One of my favorite restaurants. You know, father, mother, stepmom, all those. We used to eat there a lot. But yeah, I think a solid meal for two people, like 500 pesos, like $10. It's not even that expensive, but that was when we started to raise the level in our relationship in reference to the places that I was gonna take her. That was kind of where you was like, hey, I can see this going a little bit further than whatever. And so maybe it's not a bad idea for us to check out other restaurants and shit, right? But never the first date. And I do believe this girl has an unrealistic expectation. She must not understand that just because we foreigners that we're gonna take her to these nicer restaurants. But then again, guys, I do believe you gotta learn to read between the lines with these young ladies before you choose to take them out. If they're talking to you like they bougie, or they trying to act like they bougie, chances are they bougie, and they're not just gonna be accepting of other restaurants. Now, if you can afford it and you wanna do it, I don't highly recommend it, but that is up to you. Bahala ka. I do not recommend it, but if you want to do it, you do it, right? But I do believe deep down in my heart of hearts, you as the foreigner man, there is an expectation that you should be able to do better than the local guy. And because that expectation exists, I would not be surprised if young ladies have an expectation for you to take them to nicer restaurants or nicer places, nicer date nights. Again, if you choose to pursue that, that's up to you. Just understand, I would consider that leading with your wallet. I would personally consider that she's setting the standard in the relationship based off of what she's expecting you to be able to spend on her for a date night, right? Even if it's not you just coming out of pocket and giving her money, it's still to an extent leading with your wallet. And like I said, for those of you who may not be able to understand it, I hope my translation was clear enough for you whenever I told you the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. There is an expectation for foreigners overseas, and this is Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen. This is Exhibit A. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time for good night to go and get to getting. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out.